Maneuvers away from a closeout. Luka maneuvers away from a closeout. And then he's about to fist.
From his wild diet and addictions to his unexpected cowboy lifestyle, this player even created his own identical AI robot.
Hi, I'm Luke AI. It's nice to meet you.
These are things you didn't know about Luka Doncic. You may know him for his ridiculous step-back threes, but what they might not know is that Luka could have had an entirely different career, one that involved a microphone and a beat. Back in 2017, long before he was breaking NBA records, Luka dropped bars in a EuroLeague commercial, confidently rapping about being young and having plenty of time to win.
It feels alright, Grandpa, being so young. I've got a plenty of time to win my own.
Given that he was only 18, it made sense at the time. But now, with how much he complains to referees, it's safe to say he probably spends more time dropping whiny verses than fire ones. And if rapping wasn't enough, Luka even performed on stage with Shaq, the Big Diesel himself, during a DJ dance party. But speaking of things that are fire, let's talk about Luka's diet. Or lack of one. Some NBA players fuel up with protein shakes and lean chicken. Luka fueled up with an entire pizza before games. And if that wasn't enough, halftime wasn't about Gatorade and strategy for him. It was about hookah breaks. Yeah, while his teammates were listening to coaches and adjusting game plans, Luka was out here puffing away like he was on vacation in Mykonos. And after the final buzzer, a few beers to celebrate, of course. While other players were rehydrating, Luka was out drinking the team trainer. And yet somehow, he still managed to dominate on the court. Which makes you wonder, what would this guy look like if he actually took his diet seriously? The Mavericks got a glimpse in 2021 when he showed up to a training camp a whole 30 pounds heavier, looking less like an MVP candidate and more like someone who had spent the entire summer at an all-you-can-eat buffet. But Luka Doncic's rise to NBA superstardom has not only made him a household name, but has also sent the value of anything associated with him through the roof. In a jaw-dropping moment for sports memorabilia enthusiasts, a rare Luka Doncic trading card became one of the biggest stories in the collectibles world. The card, discovered by a collector, shattered records and fetched an astronomical price, cementing its place as one of the most valuable pieces of sports memorabilia ever.
This Luka basketball card just sold for $4.6 million, the second most ever paid for a sports card.
This isn't just a testament to Doncic's growing legacy as an NBA legend. It's a reflection of how his impact transcends the court. Whether it's his game-winning shots or his record-breaking collectibles, Luka continues to make headlines in ways that even he might not have imagined. For fans and collectors alike, owning a piece of Luka's legacy has become the ultimate prize. Now let's talk about the number on his back, 77. It's not just a random choice. There's a story behind it. Before entering the NBA, Doncic wore the number 7 because his idol, Vasilis Spanoulis, a Greek basketball legend, wore it during his career. Spanoulis was a player Doncic looked up to, and he wanted to carry that legacy with him. But when Doncic joined the Dallas Mavericks, he had to make his first NBA decision. The number 7 was already taken by Dwight Powell. So what did Luka do? He doubled down. Literally. He opted for 77, and it's been his signature number ever since. It's a nod to his idol and a reminder that sometimes you just have to double your efforts to make your mark. The Atlanta Hawks should have doubled down on their efforts into keeping their 2018 draft pick because there's a twist in the Luka Doncic story that many fans forget or never knew. The Dallas Mavericks weren't the team that originally drafted him. Back in the 2018 NBA draft, the Mavericks held the 5th pick, but they had their eyes set on Doncic. There was just one problem. They feared he wouldn't fall to them. And they were right. The Atlanta Hawks selected Doncic with the 3rd overall pick.
The Atlanta Hawks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia.
But here's where it gets interesting. The Mavericks, determined to get their guy, made a bold move. They traded Trae Young, who they picked at number 5, along with a future first-round pick, to the Hawks in exchange for Doncic. It was a gamble, but one that paid off in a big way.
Doncic.
Doncic has since become the face of the Mavericks, while the extra pick Dallas acquired in the deal helped them build for the future. Talk about a win-win. Well, mostly for Dallas. Now, what's not talked about enough is Luka's family roots. His father, Sasha Doncic, is a former professional basketball player who spent over 15 years playing in Slovenia. Sasha wasn't just any player. He was a standout, winning the Slovenian League twice and the Slovenian Cup 3 times during his career. Basketball runs deep in the Doncic family, and it's clear that Luka inherited his dad's talent and love for the game. Sasha's influence on Luka's early development is undeniable, and it's safe to say that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Now let's talk about Luka's godfather, another basketball legend in his own right. Radoslav Nestorovic, a former NBA player, holds the title of Luka's godfather. Nestorovic, a fellow Slovenian, played 11 years in the NBA for 4 different franchises, including the San Antonio Spurs, where he won an NBA championship in 2005.
The San Antonio Spurs have won their first NBA championship.
With a godfather like Nestorovic, it's no wonder Luka grew up surrounded by basketball greatness. Nestorovic's experience and mentorship likely played a role in shaping Luka's early understanding of the game, giving him a unique perspective on what it takes to succeed at the highest level. But what's more interesting, Luka Doncic isn't just a wizard on the court, he's also a master of languages. Doncic can speak 4 languages fluently, a skill that has undoubtedly helped him navigate his international career. Growing up in Ljubljana, Slovenia, he naturally spoke Slovenian, but he also picked up Serbian from his father, Sasha. At just 13 years old, Doncic moved to Spain to play for Real Madrid's basketball team, where he quickly learned Spanish. And if that wasn't impressive enough, he was already fluent in English before joining the Dallas Mavericks. Now, if there's one thing Luka Doncic loves, it's talking on the court. Whether he's chirping at refs, taunting defenders, or flashing that signature smirk after a step-back 3, he's always got something to say. But even Luka wasn't ready when the late, great Kobe Bryant hit him with the most unexpected trash talk of all time, in fluent Slovenian.
He was talking Slovenian, so I was like, he was talking my language, and I saw Kobe, and I was like really surprised.
Yeah, Kobe, a man already fluent in several languages, actually learned Slovenian just to talk smack to Luka during games. Imagine Luka's face when he heard Kobe barking at him in his mother tongue. Most rookies get humbled in their first year, but getting cooked by Kobe in your own language, that's a different level of disrespect.
So Doncic, a fan is heckling him, and he looks to see who it is, and it's Kobe Bryant.
But here's the wild part. Luka absolutely loved it. He grew up idolizing Kobe, so hearing the Mamba go full Slovenian on him was like receiving an honorary initiation into NBA greatness. It's the kind of moment that makes you wonder, if Kobe had stuck around longer, would he have also learned Greek just to roast Giannis, or Serbian to get inside Jokic's head? One thing's for sure, no matter how many languages Luka speaks, no trash talk will ever top that. I mean, it's safe to say basketball has been a part of Luka Doncic's life for as long as he can remember. Literally. According to his parents, Doncic first picked up a basketball at just 7 months old. By the time he was 8, he was already playing in his first league, where he quickly stood out as a dominant force on the court. His early talent didn't go unnoticed, and it wasn't long before Real Madrid came calling. From holding a basketball as a baby to becoming one of the NBA's brightest stars, Doncic's journey is a testament to his lifelong dedication to the game. But growing up into superstardom at such a young age, it's not a surprise that this type of lifestyle would eventually stir up some family drama. Luka had to take his own mother to court. You see, she legally owned the trademark to his name, because nothing says supportive parenting like securing the rights to your son's brand before he even turns pro. When Luka realized he should probably own, his own name, he asked her to transfer the rights. She refused. So Luka had to sue his own mom just to take back control of being Luka Doncic. Luckily, it was all settled behind the scenes in 2022. But imagine the awkward family dinners after that. Besides the off-court family drama, Luka's activities and interests away from basketball are just as entertaining as his step-back threes. For starters, he has a pet horny toad. Yeah, you heard that right. Named Luka Jr. because nothing screams NBA superstar like naming a spiky, desert-dwelling reptile after yourself.
Me and Luka Jr. want to say, give him hell, TCU.
It's unclear if Luka Jr. shares his owner's love for pizza and hookah, but given Luka's track record, don't be surprised if this little guy is out here sipping beers after Mavericks games. As if all that wasn't enough, before AI robots were popular, Luka was investing early into what seems to be the future of technology. He teamed up with Epic Games to create Luka.ai, a digital version of himself. Because why settle for one Luka when you can have a virtual one trash-talking people in video games? Maybe Luka.ai even understands American slang better than the real one.
I've never really met anyone new before this. Is there anything that you would like to know about me?
Now, something that the AI clone can't do better than the real Luka Doncic is actually saving lives. Yeah, Luka Doncic isn't just a superstar on the court, he's also a hero off it. In a heartwarming act of kindness, Doncic learned about a young fan from Slovenia named Chris, who was diagnosed with a rare muscle disorder that would lead to paralysis and a life expectancy of only 8 months. Determined to help, Luka sprang into action. He auctioned off signed memorabilia to raise funds for Chris's medical treatment and personally donated a staggering $2.2 million. Thanks to his efforts, over $5 million was raised, giving Chris a fighting chance. Chris and his family flew to Los Angeles for treatment, and doctors later confirmed that Luka's contributions had saved the boy's life.
I just wanted to help, poor kid, he got the whole life to live. I know the whole Slovenia stepped together and raised that money.
But Doncic didn't stop there. On the same day he arrived in LA for a game, he surprised Chris with courtside seats and shared an emotional moment with him and his family. That night, Luka delivered a dominant performance, securing a major win in honor of Chris. Listen, you should know by now, Luka Doncic isn't just a basketball star. He's practically a Texas legend at this point. In fact, the city of Dallas gave him his own holiday. Yeah, July 6th is officially Luka Doncic Day. While most NBA players get honored by getting their jersey retired after they've finished their careers, Luka has already secured an entire day, and he's still in his 20s, and he's not even close to retirement. At this rate, he might get his own statue before he turns 30. But before he became the king of Dallas, Luka was just a kid from Slovenia who idolized LeBron James.
Who was your favorite player growing up in the NBA that you admired?
LeBron James. And I always looked at him, he's like my idol, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
He watched the king dominate the league for years, so when he finally got to meet LeBron after a game in 2018, it was like a real-life fanboy moment. LeBron even gave him a signed jersey.
Thank you.
Says thanks for letting me get 30.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it.
Probably the last time Luka was starstruck by anyone in the NBA. And now, they're teammates. Crazy how the universe works. However, these days, he's the one handing out gifts, like when he gave his teammate Dorian Finney-Smith custom red Jordans for his horse. That's right, Luka didn't just hook up a teammate, he made sure his horse was flexing too. That's next level generosity.
It's nice, bro. You can open it up. For you to see. Yeah.
And speaking of embracing the culture, Luka has gone full Texas mode. He's got the cowboy hat, the boots, and yeah, he even owns cattle. Imagine rolling up to Luka's ranch and seeing him casually herding cows before dropping a 40-point triple-double later that night. Either way, between his holiday, his cowboy lifestyle, and his digital twin, Luka is living in his own universe. And honestly, we're all just lucky to be part of it.